Hi, I'm Nate, and welcome to our makeshift ice shack at LL Bean headquarters.
Are you thinking about getting into ice fishing but not sure where to start? You've come to the right place.
Matt, our fishing merchant and registered Maine guide, would usually be sitting here in this warm seat, but instead we sent him onto the ice to help show you ice fishing gear and techniques. Let's go. All you have to do is walk out onto the ice and start fishing, right? Not so fast. Here are 5 things to consider to keep safe, warm, and comfortable. 1, fishing license and regulations. 2, ice thickness. 3, traction. 4, warm clothing. And 5, check the weather. It's not as fun as the actual fishing, but you need to buy a fishing license before going out. Also, make sure you have the latest ice fishing regulations with you. The number of fish you can keep, minimum lengths, and even types of bait allowed can vary from lake to lake. There will be a test on the regulations later. Nah, just kidding. It's critical to test the thickness of the ice as you venture out. You want a solid 4 inches to be safe. Don't assume it's safe just because you saw people fishing on a nearby pond or lake. Use your ice auger or ice chisel, special ice fishing tools that make the holes through the ice, to intermittently check the ice thickness until you reach the spot you want to fish. Be sure to wear some traction spikes to prevent falls. They easily slip over your boots for on-demand grip. It seems obvious to say you need warm clothing, but many days out have been cut short by not wearing enough warm gear. Here's what you'll need: an insulated jacket, a waterproof wind-blocking shell, insulated pants or bibs, base layers, warm socks, gloves or mittens, a hat, a neck gaiter or balaclava, insulated waterproof boots, hand and toe warmers, and don't forget sunscreen, lip balm, and sunglasses on sunny days. My final bit of safety advice is to check the weather forecast. Make sure you're ready for whatever Mother Nature will throw at you. It is winter after all. And be sure to bring extra warm clothing, gloves or mittens, hats, and socks in case something gets wet. Well, those are fish food. You don't need too much gear to hit the ice. Let's talk about the 6 pieces of gear you will need. Hand or motor powered, an ice auger will let you quickly drill a hole through the ice. If you want exercise, you can use an ice chisel, but if the ice is thick, it'll take a long time and a lot more effort to get your holes done. Tip-ups let you fish under the ice without needing to hold on to the line. When you get a bite, a brightly colored flag pops up to let you know. We'll talk about how they work and how to use them in a little bit. A jig rod with a reel loaded with line lets you fish more actively than waiting for a tip-up flag to fly. This kind of fishing requires certain types of lures, like this Castmaster lure, which is perfect for ice fishing. Consult a local tackle shop for other lures that might work where you're fishing. A good bait bucket will keep your bait alive all day. Make sure you also have a net so you can easily scoop bait when you need it. You'll find bait at your local tackle shop. Ask the folks there what kind and size they would recommend. Make the day on the ice extra fun by cooking up a nice meal on your camp stove. Ice fishing is also super fun for kids, so make some hot chocolate and have some tasty snacks for them. A portable shelter is great for getting out of the weather on cold, windy days. They usually have windows, so you can keep an eye on your tip-ups. Or you can drill a hole inside the shelter and jig for fish while keeping out of the weather. A sled will make hauling your gear out onto the ice a breeze. If you don't want to invest in a sled, a pack basket or 2 will also do the job. Okay, now that you know how to be safe and you've got all the gear, how do you catch fish? Here are 5 easy techniques to learn. This is a tip-up. Tip-ups are usually used outside of an ice shack and consist of a spool filled with ice fishing line and a clear monofilament leader with a hook tied on. Just bait the hook and attach some weighted split shot, that's this part right here, to make sure the bait gets to the depth that you want. Next step is to pull out the flag and set it like so. Now be careful of your face and your eyes while you set the flag. It's very easy to accidentally set these off. The tip-up sits over the hole and above the ice so you can easily see it. When a fish takes the bait and pulls the line, the flag pops up, alerting you that you have a bite. Before you bait the hook and start fishing, you need to figure out how deep the water is. Simply add a clip-on weight to your bait hook, lower it into the hole, and let it sink to the bottom. You'll know you've hit the bottom when the tension releases. Reel the weight back up. Now you know how deep the water is. As a general rule of thumb, baiting your hook 18 to 24 inches off the bottom is a good place to start. Try to choose an energetic and lively bait fish that's going to swim vigorously. Scoop it out with the net and gently hold it with your thumb and forefinger. With your other hand, insert the hook into the bait just below the dorsal fin. This is the tricky part. Don't go too low on the bait's body where the vital organs are, or too high where its spine is. You want it swimming freely and enticingly for the bigger fish you're after. A jigging rod is basically a short spinning rod with a small reel, preloaded with monofilament. It's pretty simple. Just tie in a lure, drop it to the bottom, reel up a couple feet and start jigging the lure up and down. You can vary the depth and experiment with different types of lures. I also like to move around a lot to different holes until I find some fish. Now, the fun part. When the flag flies on a tip-up, run over to the tip-up and observe what the spool is doing. If it's spinning quickly, it means the fish is taking line. Remove the tip-up from the water and give the line a quick yank to set the hook. If the line isn't moving, I like to give it a few seconds before picking up the tip-up. Now, just steadily pull the fish up to the hole. If it's a big one that wants to make a run, just let it go so you don't break the leader. Once you've pulled it onto the ice, use forceps to pull the hook out. There you have it. We covered how to stay safe and keep warm, bringing gear you trust, and handy ice fishing techniques. That's everything you need to know to get started ice fishing. Oh, that's one of my traps. Gotta run. Drop us a line and tell us your favorite ice fishing stories in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Visit llbean.com/explore for more tips and inspiration.